Yes, we're finally up and running. This happens sometimes when we go outside the studio and we get mobile in Mobile in a mobile. Yes, we're on the road, driving the miles with the smiles, looking for the new adventure right here on thepowervoices.com, www.thepowervoices.com. Broadcasting live on the air and everywhere from the community to the world. We are prime time, baby. That's right. Afternoon drive here in Southern California. The Brown Beauty is on duty, Jesse Torero. It's time for the Jesse T Show. 5 at 5 from 5 to 6, Monday through Friday. I am out and about looking from trouble, looking for fun, looking for amazement, information, and entertainment. And lo and behold, what did I find? I find the undisclosed location of the secret studio out in the Mojave Desert, deep down, far underneath the ground in the cavernous caverns of blue water and gray rock, keeping me protected from the world outside. And you can't find us. My little lass. Now, but sometimes the internet doesn't work down here. I'm surrounded by granite and marble. Sometimes it doesn't work. It has a hard time getting out and around. But we're trying to make things work, so we're running a little bit late, but we're here. We are ready, and we're preparing and ready to go. And I'm trying to remember my password for the computer. So, you know what that's all about. Have you ever done that? Have you ever tried to remember your password and you have no idea what your password is? So, you know what I did? I see this thing of papers right here. I wrote every password I've ever had down here. But you know what happens? There's always that one password that you don't write down. That one password you don't write down in your password book notes, right? That one password, you didn't write it down. I'll write it down tomorrow. I'll write it down an hour from now. I'll write it down. Don't worry, I'll write it down. That goes off in your head, right? One pass. And when you need that password, do you have it? Oh no. No. You don't have that password. No. And that happens all the time, doesn't it? That happens to me all the time. So then you have to remember the password, and sometimes you can remember it, and sometimes you can't. Hey, hope you downloaded our free app for Apple and Android, the Power Voices app. It's free to you, from us to you. It's our gift as we end summer, move into fall. Little sprinkles here and there over the last couple of days. Pretty nice day, though, here in Southern California. And winter's coming on, so we'll hopefully have some rain happening here. I do have a fly flying around me, and I'm going to get that fly. That fly and I have had a conversation already. That fly and I have had a discussion. We've had a discussion for about 3 hours. And he has been dodging the paper, the book, the wet rag. He's been dodging the Clorox bleach. He's been dodging the Raid spray. He's been dodging the Windex. He's very, very, very smart fly. He's like a secret agent fly. He's a ninja fly. He was trained by the great ninja fly master of the Flyorama dome located in Japan. That's right. It's a special dome they have where the Yakuzumas train flies to be ninjas. And the great Grandmaster Fly Masterio taught this fly how to bother Jesse Torero. That's right. His name was plastered into his brain, his fly-sized brain from birth. My face and my name was plastered in his whole body creation, and he has one goal in life, and that's to bug the H-E-double-L out of me. And he's been doing quite a good job, this fly master. This fly masterio, the great grand fly masterio master, taught this fly ninja how to bother me. I'm going to get you. I swear to God, I'm going to. Yeah. Did I get you? Look what I tried to hit him with. You see? I tried to hit him with a legal pad, like I get hit with legal pads from attorneys. That's what happens to me. And I'm telling you, this fly has nuclear wings. I think the cat's in North Korea. I made a stop off over there. And yang jang yang ping hong ying yang ying hong yang wang ying yong. gave him nuclear-powered wings. That's what I think. That's what I think. This fly is going to get it. I got most of his partners, man. Yeah, he had a partner. He had a fly SEAL Team 6 flying around here, and I got them all. But he's the last one. I'm going to get him. Before this show is over with, I'm going to get that fly. That's right. We're going to see who has the power of the chi. Whoa! See how fast that was? You like that? Okay. All right. Well, what a day it's been at www.thepowervoices.com and ABT Entertainment Live. Easy for me to say. I've only been saying it for 10 years. ABTV Live, the entertainment channel. That's right. The digital broadcasting TV network and our global radio network. Lots of good things, lots of crazy stuff happening in the world. We're going to talk all about it. We have you on Facebook.com/Jesse Terrero, and we have you at Facebook.com, The Power of Voices. You got to put that /Rooney in there too, okay? And you can catch us on the Power of Voices YouTube live site, as well as Instagram, Snapchat, live stream. We bump all that up there during and after the show. Also, can't forget about our friends over at Bamboozle and UPeak and Stream Up and Roku and Amazon and everywhere and every place. We are like the shadow. The shadow knows what lurks in the minds and souls of men. The shadow. That's what we're like. We're like the social network shadow. Did you hear that the internet has been turned over to the United Nations? I don't know about that one. Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, America turned over the internet to the United Nations. Now, why would they turn over the internet to the United Nations? Because, alas, my dear friends, America, United States government, has another internet, but you didn't know about that. It's a secret internet. Like this internet was a secret when they first developed it back in the 1950s after World War II. This is a secret internet that we aren't supposed to know about, but yes, I do know about it because I massively dive into the research 24/7. I plug it into my ears. My ears have receptacles like brains, right? I have receptacles like synaptic endings. Every night I plug in, right? And I get all this information. It's great for cocktail parties and destroying parties too. I'm going to start a new business. There's going to be two sides to it. You want entertainment and great conversation and get conversation going with your party because it's kind of a silent, shy party. You just call me Jesse T, and I've got loads of cocktail trivia stuck up in this noggin of mine, this brain. I can really get it going. That's right. Or if you really want me to break up the party, you need the party broke up at 12 midnight, call me, Jesse T, and I'll be so darn obnoxious and arrogant with everybody as I fill their voids with meaningful information that's only meaningful to me and meaningless to them, and I'll drive them right out the door, I promise. Okay, so two for the price of one, only $29.95, just $29.95, better than Earl Scheib paint job in 1964. $29.95, but wait, there is more. You get the magic glasses, the infrared and green powered magic glasses that can see through anything and see through everything. That's right, anything and everything for free. But wait, there is more. We are going to throw in this Master Ginzu Fighting Fly Pen. This fly pen guarantees to dice and slice and cut the heads and wings off of ninja flies sent to attack you and bother you the rest of your life. That's right. Just send your money check or order or cashier's check to 456121 Forever I Got Your Money Avenue.com, California 961352, or call 1-800 I Got Your Money for meaningless crap. Okay, thank you. Ha! Okay, that was today's commercial. What's going on in the world? I'm warmed up now. That was my warm-up exercise, like when you go to the gym or you go to train, you got to warm up a little bit. By the way, I am training for December 10th at Castaic Dam, the Spartan Challenge, and I challenge my son, Jesse Andrew Terrero. I'm going to whoop his butt. He keeps calling me old man now. That's right. All 21 years old. Yeah, right, buddy. I'm going to get on you so fast, I'm going to be worse than a ninja fly. I'm going to leave you in the dust. I'm going to blow your doors off. That's right. I'm going to challenge my son to the 3 mile sprint race, the 3-mile Spartan sprint race over barricades, under wire, in the water, climbing trees, hanging from rope, hanging from monkey bars, doing burpees, push-ups, jumping jacks, calisthenics, carrying buckets of sand and water and tree trunks, and doing stuff with the big round balls with the thing on it. That's right, the big round balls. We're going to be doing things with the big round balls. That's right. I challenged my son, and I'm going to beat him. I think I made a big mistake there. Yep. I think about the only thing I'm going to do is beat him throwing up. I think that's about the only thing that I'm going to do, is I'm going to beat him up chucking. I'll probably run like 300 yards. And that's it. I'm walking. And nobody here is going to make me run anymore. Oh, you want me to do 30 burpees because I didn't go over that barricade, right? Thank you very much. You know that Italian, Spanish, Irish, Scotch. Not Scotch. Scottish. Thank you. Yes. And German and French will come out. All right. So we are broadcasting live here on our digital TV network and on our global radio network, and we're going to talk about some serious stuff here, because while we've been sidetracked, while we've been deceived, while we've been distracted with this silly presidential election that we have, of course, I'm voting for Donald Trump because I think he's the best one to vote for. He's the one that's talking the right talk. Hey, man, he wants to legalize marijuana across the nation, and I'm for that because there's lots of money to be made, and America needs to make more money. I mean, look at Colorado. Look how much money they're making. They'll be able to fix all their schools and their parks and their highways and their bridges and their dams and their sewer systems, and take care of pensions and take care of people that aren't feeling well and sick. And they're able to have so much more quality of life because of the money that they've made off the sale of marijuana. Recreationally and medicinally. It's unbelievable, the billions of dollars that they've made in the last 4 or 5 years since they were the first one that did it. So California, we got to get some of that action, and Donald Trump wants to legalize marijuana, and I'm all for that. I like that idea. Rafael Ramirez is on with us. Thank you very much. Yes, Rafael, where are you calling, chiming in from? What you got going on? Let us know what's happening in your world on God's blue green earth. We're broadcasting live from the Pacific side of America, the West Coast of the greatest country the world has ever seen, the United States of America. God bless America the beautiful, and the Star-Spangled Banner. That is right. God bless the Star-Spangled Banner. And I believe that anybody that protests and puts a knee down on the Star-Spangled Banner when our national anthem is being sung, sing, and swung. That's right. I messed it all up, so I did a good job with that. I believe that anybody who does that and decides to protest the Star-Spangled Banner, then what they have to do is they're going to have to sit and listen to me in a quiet room sing them the song. We are going to torture them, Jesse T style. He is going to sing the Star-Spangled Banner to anybody who cannot stand up and put their hand on their heart and pay homage and respect to those who have gone before and have given their lives for us to be able to be free and have liberty in this great land of ours called America. And if they do this, put a knee down or disrespect the flag, we are going to torture them. We are going to take them by their arms and drag them to a room that has no windows and is totally soundproof. And I'm going to stand in that room and sing the Star-Spangled Banner. And if that's not torture enough, I'll sing it again. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proud we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Right, 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 right. Uh-huh. Yes. Or the land of the free. You like my interpretation there? And the home of the brave. Now, if that is not torture enough, I'll sing it again, Sam. Play it again, Sam. Like Humphrey Bogart in Casablanca. Play it again, Sam. Okay. So much for that. Well, look it. Anita Pointer said, I sang pretty darn good, but that day I had done some exercises and my voice was in tone and everything was perfect, So I was ready for Anita Pointer of the Pointer Sisters, and we sang so excited. So, but that was just cold. I hadn't done my voice exercises. No. Naomi Torres just joined us. Hey, Naomi, good to have you along with us. Thanks a lot for chiming in. We're talking about some serious stuff right now after I just sang the Star Spangled Banner. In fact, I think every show I'm going to start off with the national anthem. And every show I'm going to start off with the Pledge of Allegiance to our great flag. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. What do you think? Do you think I should start off every show with the national anthem and our Pledge of Allegiance to our great flag? I think I'm going to start off every show with a prayer too. That's what I think I'm going to do. And it's going to be a prayer of Christian decide. Right. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I believe. Yes. And then let's see, what did we used to do when I was in school? When I was in school a long time ago. Let's see, we did a prayer. And what else did we do? Wait a second. Ninja fly has just flown by me. Ninja fly is going to die. Ah! Did you feel my anger? Did you feel my pain? Did I channel it right? Yeah. Okay. All right. The Pledge of Allegiance of the United States of America. Okay, that's what we're going to do now. We're going to, the Pledge of Allegiance of the United States of America has changed over the years. A lot of folks don't know that, but it has changed. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, with liberty and justice for all. Dear God, please take care of our nation. Please take care of our country. Please take care of those who don't have. And please help us, the ones that do have a little bit more, help them. Thank you, dear God. Amen. I feel good now. Okay. All right, let's go. Let's get into this thing here. Look, I know many of you are voting for Clinton. I know that's happening. I don't think she's going to win. I still don't have the belief that she's going to win. I think the polls are one-sided. I think the media is totally one-sided. I think that our country is so divided. I think that the government is so corrupt. I think that the convergence and the relationship between the media and the government and the corporations, they're all in bed together and they're corrupt. I think that we Americans are not given the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help us God. I think that we're given a piece that they believe that we can understand, a slice of information. If you travel around the world and you look at what is being talked and information that's being provided to other countries and their media, you really get a different angle as to what's happening with our country. You check out the BBC one night online, or check out France's media, or Germany's media, or Japan or China's media. Check out South Africa or Nigeria's media. You'll see a different slant on things. And they all speak English and have English translations. I think that we Americans are led down the path of promises that are never, ever, ever fulfilled. I believe that we're led down the path of promises like a blind person by the kings who have one eye and we have none. It's good to be king with one eye in a land of the blind. I believe that they look down upon us, the elite, wealthy, and powerful of this country. They look down upon us as an embarrassment, as a matter of fact, as a necessary evil, but we're too many right now, and they got to get rid of us. I believe that they have created social anarchy with racial divide. I believe that they've created spiritual divide. I believe they've created economic divide, all to control us and make us not like each other. For the most inane and stupid juvenile delinquent reasons, like the color of the skin, or you drive a Bentley and I drive a Volkswagen, or you live on that side of the wall and I live on this side of the wall, or you have an accent and I have an accent, or I believe that this is a design plan to take us down the path one more step towards the complete and absolute destruction of America, so that we join the world order of globalists and multiculturalists. I believe they don't want us to have individuality. They don't want sovereign nations. Hillary Clinton has gone on record. We know she wants open borders of 600 to 700 million people to come and go. We already have job problems right now. Saying hi to Matt. Hey, Matt. Matt Kingle, what's happening, brother? Amen. Good, thanks. Thanks for having me along with us. I believe that we have been fed a dish of really good, tasty ice cream, at least for my whole lifetime, and I'm 56 years old. Nothing seems to be what they say it's going to be, and the outcome always seems to be different than what they say it's going to be, like this Obamacare. Now, all of a sudden, people who didn't believe this before, who were enamored by Mr. Obama, President Obama, enamored by his youth and his vibrance and his energy and his speaking ability and his misplaced intelligence and his attractiveness and all of those things. The fact that he was the first African-American president. I believe that we've been swayed, wooed, caressed, and led down a path of lies where the truth is starting to come out. 2017, every piece of media that you read now is saying that our healthcare is going to double, going to double digits. Double digits, guys. So that 13 to 20 million people that got healthcare, goodbye. It's all going to go away. It's all going to go away. And it's irony at its best that Obama is no longer going to be president in 2017. Gee whiz. Talk about handing over a plate of poo-poo. Really. So these are the things that I believe. These are the things that are not too far-fetched to believe, because it's right there in front of your eyes if you're willing to see it. While we've been distracted with this mudslinging contest, because that's really what it is, as you know, I am voting for Trump. I believe he's the guy for the right job, irrespective of his feelings about women, and irrespective about those feelings that some women have for him. it's really funny that only one side of the story ever gets projected, and that's the bad side for the Republican Party and the independent parties. The Democratic Party always gets the doubt always goes on their side, the benefit of the doubt. So what we have here is a one-sided element fighting against one person. And everybody's jumping on board. Even the Republicans are jumping on board, because I believe that the Paul Ryans of today, the Republicans of today, are not the Newt Gingrich Republican of 30 years ago, not the Reagan Republican of 30 years ago. They're the Republicans today that have no ethic or morality towards the greater cause of what they're doing, and that is our nation. They're more interested in their own longevity and power. Both Republicans and Democrats. That's why I call them Republicans and Democrats, because that's how I feel about them. But I do believe that Donald Trump is the guy for the job. And for one reason, and one reason only. I keep it very simple for me. It's a very simplified reason. Can't vote for a liar of that magnitude. Can't do it. Just can't do it. It's just that simple for me. And the lies keep coming. And the hits keep coming, baby. That's right. The hits keep coming. The lies keep coming. Over and over and over. New lies. Lies down line from her. Lies up line. Lies right line. Lies left line. Lies all around her. She's the most corrupt, nasty woman in politics that we've seen in 100 years or ever. And Bill Clinton, he's just a good old boy. Bill Clinton would be happy riding the General in the Dukes of Hazzards, running moonshine and chasing after the Daisy Dukes, baby. Yeah, I could see Slick Willie Billy doing that just fine. So that's what I believe. Now, saying all of that, and I will say more before the show's over with, but saying all of that, guys, we got some really, really serious problems happening on a worldwide basis. And one of those problems that is happening on a worldwide basis is Russia. When we left, let me explain just 1 second. How did this Russian bear thing, Cold War thing, all of a sudden come right back when just 25 to 30 years ago, Russia broke up, the USSR broke up, and it became just Russia. And we basically beat the Cold War enemy, the evil empire that Reagan used to call them. We beat them. Now, how in the world did they come back? How did that happen? Well, because we weren't paying any attention. Putin got in power and solidified. KGB head solidified power. And he did it in not so nice fashion, just like Stalin, just like Lenin, just like all of them, Khrushchev, just like all of them, in not so nice a fashion in his country, violating human rights beyond your belief. That's what he did. What are we going to do about it? Nothing. And we did nothing. The embargoes didn't help. He still was able to trade oil for gold, oil for the needs he needed. Siberian oil. One time, Russia was the top producer of exporting oil than any other nation, even over OPEC. Not too long ago. So in his consolidation of power, he became the dictator, the communist dictator on a social capitalist kind of ideology. He's still just a dictator. Okay. So when we left Iraq unceremoniously, after fighting over there for 10 years, when we left there, when Obama and Hillary Clinton, the one you're going to vote for, because you love her, and you think she's just the cat's meow. You think that she is the most honest, genuine, loving, compassionate, empathetic person that is so intelligent and smart, that is just wickedly sharp. You believe that, and you're going to vote for her. God bless her. Go vote for the woman. Now, because of her and Obama, and they made this decision to leave Iraq and not leave anybody there to cover the back door, did they really think that the Iraqis would be able to defend themselves? We destroyed that military. When they left, the Taliban started. When the Taliban started, ISIS came out of the Taliban. And our silly president won't even say ISIS. He calls ISIL. What the crap is that? He won't call our enemy who they are. Dirty, rotten, psychopathic killers, murderers, serial killers, sociologically unfit to live on the planet Earth in 2016. Killing machines for the love and thirst of blood, and blood only, raised from womb until they can start killing. That's what they do. That's their job, and they're pretty darn good at it. He won't even recognize that, and neither will the Clintons, Hillary. Islamic jihadist, fanatic, psychopathic, psychotic a-holes that don't need to live anymore on this planet Earth. That's how I feel about them. Not all Muslims are that way, but how do you know what Muslim of Islamic faith is or is not? Well, why don't we just look at Germany? Why don't we just look at France? You like what's going on over there in Sweden? You may not even know. Well, go check it out. Why don't you go over to Somalia and check out what's going on over there right now? What about in Africa? Boko Haram, I believe that's who they were. Name slips me for a second. You think you could figure out which ones are the good guys and the bad guys? You got some litmus test that's foolproof? It better be foolproof, because if my son or daughter is sitting at a Walmart at a cash register and the Walmart building blows up because 5 fanatical nutheads go in there and kill everybody and destroy the building and themselves, I'm not going to be a very happy camper. Would you? Americans got it all wrong. Now, when we left Iraq, that's what moved in. And that's what moved into Afghanistan. And that came over from Pakistan, came over from hiding in Syria, in the upper desert, right where they're fighting right now, where Turkey, Syria, and Iraq are, Kurdish territory. And that's what happened. And then the Arab Spring happened, and that allowed more of a void. And then Syria, who's always been backed by Russia, always, forever. Okay? Why? Because at the end of World War II, when they cut up the world, when Roosevelt, Stalin, Russian, de Gaulle, French, Churchill, English, and Roosevelt, who was really sick and died after that first meeting, they cut up the Middle East and they gave Syria to Russia. So they've always backed them. Always. All right, so simplified logic. A power moves out and a power moves in. And then a bigger power moves in after that, when the first power won't even live up to going back in to take care of the business that they messed up with. We created this mess for ourselves. And now the Russians are there, and they are flexing their Russian muscles. And they're flexing them everywhere. They just sent their fleet to the Mediterranean of ships, Navy ships. They don't have a lot of them, but they're building them fast. They just sent a whole contingent of their 4th and 5th generation fighters to Syria. They're bombing the heck out of those things over there. They just repositioned nuclear bombs that are newer than ours, headed towards NATO. They got a bomb. It's called Satan II. One bomb, nuclear bomb, can blow up all of France. One. We don't have that because we have been taking apart our arsenal under sequestration, where monies have been taken away from the military. So we got a problem, and that's Russia. They're saying threats, they're pointing fingers, but if you read the Bible, this is the dawning of the age of the apocalypse. If you believe that, the power from the north, one of the dragon heads from the 7 dragon heads coming down from the north, well, what do you think that is? This is Armageddon. Could possibly be Armageddon on what we know. Certainly, we can't get rid of the Russians anymore. That's for sure. But we never had to because they weren't there until Hillary Clinton decided with her president, mein President, mein President, decided the Democratic National Party to take our troops out and not leave anybody there. So now we got the Russian bear to deal with, and that is something. And we have the Chinese in the South China Sea to deal with. Another communist, capitalist, socialist nation. And they got 2 billion people. Look, we only have 327 million people in this country. They got 2 billion. They got almost 8 times the amount of people we have. They could kill every person in America 8 times over and still have a few people left and all else are gone. There's some serious things going on in this world. We got terrorism in what? Over 30 or 40 nations now? ISIS places, encampments? We didn't. So the great Obama and the great Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, this is what they created. This is what they created. So there's the issue. The issue at hand is really simple. And that is, while we've been distracted, this is what's happened over the last 2 years. And what are we going to do about it? This is what we're going to do about it. She already told us. She's going to tax the hell out of us. Got to raise money. Got to build more ships. What about jobs? What about immigration? The next president faces some problems that harken to the end of the world. We're back in a Cold War, except we're back in a Cold War with 3 nations, maybe 4, maybe 5. Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, and ISIS, because they're basically global. So we have 5 major enemies now. And just 8 years ago, we didn't have any super major enemies because we beat them all. It's just logic and common sense. So what are we going to do about it? I worry that they're going to do the draft. We only have a freestanding military of about 3 million. That's it. China's freestanding military is 360 million. Every person living in Israel, from a child to an old aged individual, has or will serve in the Mossad, in the military, and will be on call for the rest of their lives. You see, we got problems. And the problems we have, we can't have someone who's so corrupt and only cares about a globalist agenda, a George Soros globalist agenda, an elite European globalist agenda, an aristocratic monarchy globalist agenda, a corporate aristocracy globalist government corrupted agenda, a banking cabal creating a financial agenda, all for them. We can't have that. This is why everybody's against Trump. Nobody has ever, you could not survive the inquiry type attitude that Trump is getting. You could not survive it. And I don't care if you're the head of a multi-million dollar, billion-dollar corporation. I don't care if you're watching the show and you work at Walmart. I don't care if you're unemployed. I don't care if you have a PhD, a doctorate, and you're finding new worlds. I don't care if you're Jewish, Christian, Buddha, Hindi. I don't care if you're gay, transgender, queer, bisexual. I don't care what you are. You, nor I, could stand up to the litmus test that this man is being racked over the coals about. None of us could, especially when you start going back 20 years. None of us. What's really going on in this world is that our enemies want to wipe us off the face of the planet Earth, people. They want to kill every single living person in America. That's what's going on. Russia is back. China is back and stronger than ever. Iran just got hundreds of billions of dollars from the Obama administration in the dead of night. That was worse than a bunch of Goombas in Brooklyn receiving a cash payoff from one of their stooges on a Sunday at 3 o'clock in the morning. North Korea, given his technology, if he ever gets it straight, he's going to launch. Boko Haram, they hate us. ISIS hates us. Iran hates us. North Korea hates us. Germany, China hates us. Russia hates us. They want to take our existence and wipe us out. When are you going to get that? This election is not an election of who is the nicest person, who has the cleanest personal record. It's an election of who is less corrupt. Less corrupt. If you weigh it, who has less corruption? Because somebody who's on the take only cares about themselves. They don't care about anything else. And they'll sell out their family. Human nature does not change amongst criminals. And lest you not forget, the Clintons are the most devious, satanic criminal family that we've seen ever in the political hierarchy of our country. The Bushes, well, are worse. The Bushes are actually worse. Because the Clintons, they kill you in the shadows of the night. What happens to all their friends who they don't like, who turn on them? They kind of whack them in some devious way that they can't be caught. Not the Bushes. Man, they'll drop 2 trade towers. They'll start a war to get their agenda through. Rumsfeld was the biggest piece of junk ever created. Donald Rumsfeld. There was $1 trillion that was missing. And he was getting fried for it. And he had that big press conference. And then 2 days later, bam! Tower 1 falls, Tower 2 falls, and Tower 7 falls. Just because the guy, Silverstein, wanted to dump that building. Major Bush contributor. Major. And what happened to the $1 trillion? Never heard of again. It's just like this $6 billion that the State Department under Hillary Clinton. Oh, it was they rose that topic here in the last debate. No, it'll never be heard again. Who's less corrupt? Who's less corrupt? Would you rather have somebody who sold their soul to the devil, Iran, Russia, China, or would you rather have somebody who has loose hands? Well, Bill Clinton says that he had sex with over 2,000 women. You ever see that quote? There's a quote out there. They were talking about movie stars, Bill Clinton, and a reporter. Oh, this was about 15, 18, 20 years ago, 15 years ago, something like that. 20 years ago, 25 years ago. And Warren Beatty is supposed to be like the man with the greatest sword, okay, in Hollywood. Warren Beatty. Yeah, Warren Beatty. He's a great swordsman of Hollywood, okay? I mean, we're talking 4,000. And Wilt Chamberlain is said to have 20,000 conquests. Wilt Chamberlain. Remember Wilt the Stilt Chamberlain? Greatest basketball players of all time, arguably. Wilt the Stilt. Well, when Slick Willie Billy heard that, he said, man, I've only had 2,000. Go and find that quote. See, you won't get this stuff. You only get it right here on the Jesse T Show. Because you see, I dig for the truth that's there, that the mainstream media won't talk about, because they don't want you to know how dangerous it is right now, what Russia's doing. They don't want you to know what really happened to your money. They don't want you to know why you're broke. They don't want you to know why your food is bad. They don't want you to know why you're sick. They don't want you to know why your kids can't say the Pledge of Allegiance. They don't want you to know why your kids don't like you. They don't want you to know why we don't have God in our country anymore. They don't want you to know why we've just given up on immigration and everybody can come across the border, and the drugs and the cartels and the murdering and the raping. They don't want you to know that. They don't want you to know the breakup of the American family. They don't want you to know the hatred created between the pigment of our skin color. They don't want you to know any of this. They don't want you to know anything. All they want you to know is what they want you to know, and that is who is throwing the dirtiest mud, who has the newest car, who has the biggest house, who has most girlfriends and boyfriends, or whatever you love to love, and who has the biggest screen TV so they can watch the World Series and the Cubs and the Indians play tonight, because gosh darn it, that's more important than the friggin' Russians coming down into NATO, and NATO in full effect right now with Germany. That's more important than that. the existence of us as human beings and Americans in this country. You see, they don't want you to know any of that. And why don't they want you to know any of that? Because if you knew that, your American blood and testosterone and your American anger would rise to the top of your head and burst out your ears, and you would bring your politicians and your corporate aristocracy and your military accountable for their actions. They don't want you to know that, because if you know that, you'll rise. You'll rise against the corruption and the evil, lying, satanic, Luciferian people. That's what you'll do. And they don't want that. What they want you is to be like sheeple. What are you going to be, a wolf or sheeple? I'm a wolf. The Jesse T Show, Monday through Friday, 5 to 6, right here. The Brown Beauty on duty. I'm agitated and aggravated because we don't know anything anymore. When I see this, it worries me because I got kids and someday I'm going to have grandkids and I don't want to cry over their grave for some stupid, moronic, corporate lying rat bastards. I'm a wolf. I'm fighting, man. Ow! Join the cause. 5 at 5. It's the Jesse T Show. The Brown Beauty is off duty. Woo! Ow! Take back your country.